Welcome to our comprehensive grammar practice video. Today we'll break down the essential building blocks of English grammar. Whether you're a student or just brushing up, understanding these basics will help you write and speak with confidence. We'll cover articles, nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections. Each part of speech has a unique role in making sentences clear and meaningful. Let's start our journey by exploring what articles are and why they matter in English sentences. Articles are the small words and the that come before nouns. They act as special adjectives, signaling that a noun is about to appear. For example, in the sentence, the tall man on television was dressed in a nice suit. The is the article. Not every noun needs an article, but many do. Articles help specify whether we're talking about something specific or something more general. Remember, articles are marked with a check mark in grammar exercises. Nouns are words that name people, places, things, or ideas. They can be common like lady or store, or proper like Mrs. Johnson or Dick's Sporting Goods. Proper nouns are always capitalized and refer to specific names. In grammar practice, nouns are marked with a single underline. For example, in my family attends church at Olive Baptist Church every Sunday. Family, church, and Olive Baptist Church are all nouns. Let's practice identifying articles and nouns in sentences. For example, after the violent storm, many of the houses in the city were damaged. Here, the is the article and storm, houses, and city are nouns. Try to spot articles and underline nouns as you read. This exercise helps you become more aware of how sentences are structured and how articles and nouns work together. Pronouns take the place of nouns to avoid repetition. For example, instead of saying Jessica went to the store so Jessica could buy ice cream, we say Jessica went to the store so she could buy ice cream. Pronouns can be subjects, objects, or show possession. Subject pronouns include I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. Object pronouns are me, him, her, us, them, and so on. Possessive pronouns show ownership like my, your, their. Let's look at some examples using pronouns. In the sentence, they traveled to California for their summer vacation. They is a subject pronoun and there is a possessive pronoun. And she gave him the biggest slice of apple pie. She is a subject pronoun and him is an object pronoun. Practice marking pronouns in sentences to get comfortable with their different forms and uses. Every sentence needs a verb. Verbs show action like skipped, hopped, throw, or baked, or they can link the subject to more information like is, are, or was. Verbs can be in the present, past, or future tense. Sometimes helping verbs like am, is, or have are used with main verbs. For example, I am planning a party. Here, am is the helping verb and planning is the main verb. Let's practice identifying verbs in sentences. In the strong man cut the tree into smaller pieces, cut is the action verb. In the steaks for dinner were delicious, were is a linking verb. Double underline verbs in your practice sentences to help you spot them quickly. Verbs are essential for expressing what is happening in any sentence. Adjectives describe nouns or pronouns. They answer questions like which one, what kind, how many, or whose. For example, in the tall man on television was shopping for a nice suit. Tall describes man and nice describes suit. Adjectives often come between an article and a noun. Try the adjective test. If the word makes sense between an article and a noun, it's likely an adjective. Let's practice spotting adjectives. In the small black cat played with a tiny red string. Small and black describe cat while tiny and red describe string. Write above adjectives in your practice sentences. Adjectives add color and detail, making your writing more interesting and specific. Adverbs modify verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. They answer questions like when, where, how often, or to what extent. Many adverbs end in lie, such as quickly or quietly. For example, in she quietly put the puzzle pieces in place, quietly tells how she put the pieces. Adverbs can often move around in a sentence and still make sense. Let's try identifying adverbs. In the delicious soup was very hot. Very tells to what extent the soup was hot. During the hurricane, their house was severely damaged by the wind. Severely tells how the house was damaged. Write adv above adverbs in your sentences. Adverbs help clarify and add detail to actions and descriptions. Prepositions add extra information to sentences and always start a prepositional phrase. Common prepositions include in, on, at, by, with, and many more. The phrase ends with a noun or pronoun called the object of the preposition. For example, in with a grateful heart we open the new school supplies. With is the preposition and a grateful heart is the prepositional phrase. Let's practice finding prepositions in their phrases. In grandmother lives around the corner from the library. Around and from are prepositions and the phrases are around the corner and from the library. Mark prepositions with prep and put parentheses around the entire prepositional phrase. This helps you see how extra information is added to sentences. Coordinating conjunctions join two grammatical units in a sentence. The main ones are and, but, or, nor, for, yet, and the semicolon. They can join two nouns, verbs, prepositional phrases, or even entire sentences. For example, the lady loved her cat but she also liked dogs. Here, but is the coordinating conjunction joining two ideas. Let's practice spotting conjunctions. In we had mashed potatoes with gravy and hot rolls with butter and joins two food items. In the first day of school was great, I will return tomorrow. The semicolon joins two related sentences. Mark conjunctions with CC to help you identify how ideas are connected. Interjections are words or phrases that show emotion or feeling. They are often followed by an exclamation point. For example, ouch, you hurt my foot, or well, I'm not sure. Interjections can stand alone or be part of a sentence. In grammar exercises, mark interjections with an exclamation point above the word. Now let's put everything together. Practice sentences might include all the marks you've learned. Check marks for articles, underlines for nouns, for pronouns, double underlines for verbs, ij, for adjectives, ad, for adverbs, prep, for prepositions, and cc, for conjunctions. This comprehensive approach helps you see how each part of speech works together to form clear, expressive sentences. Let's analyze a sample sentence. The torn books were taken to the repair shop. Here, the is the article, books and shop are nouns, were taken is the verb phrase, and to the repair shop is a prepositional phrase. By marking each part, you can clearly see the structure and function of every word in the sentence. Continue practicing with sentences like, many students are involved in clubs after school and they must practice. Here you'll find articles, nouns, verbs, pronouns, prepositions, and conjunctions. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to spot each part of speech and understand how they work together. We've now reviewed the key parts of speech: articles, nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections. Remember to practice marking sentences, as this will reinforce your understanding. With regular practice, you'll gain confidence in your grammar skills and improve both your writing and speaking abilities. Keep exploring and applying these concepts in your daily communication.